This is a story time that one of my subscribers sent in. And it just goes to show that a lot of these pests that need to nest and rest have way too much support. We need to continue to say, make them hold their own nuts. They don't end up doing it because too many people will hold them up for them. And then the pests get to nest and rest. Stop doing this. Make them detach. Throw the pest over there. Let's get into the story time. All right, she said, we'll call my ex-male friend Josh. Josh is 30 and has only lived by himself once when he was 26, 27. Not entirely on his own, though. He had help with his rent, bills, and food from his brother, his brother's wife, and his parents. He was staying with his girlfriend and her family in another state when he was in his late teens, 17, 18. He later admitted he would have stayed if she wasn't so clingy because he loved the money and how they treated him like their own. He then lived with another woman in college when he was 19, 20. He cheated on her consistently, probably constantly is the word there, and I'm not sure if he actually did hit her, but she did send pictures of a black eye to his mother's phone. He claimed it was fake, to which I believed because her eyes and face was not swollen or bruised, just dark like runny makeup. She later kicked him out for cheating and I guess quitting his manager job he had at a convenience store. He later dropped out of college in his sophomore year. He later moved in with his dad, who kicked him out of his home for doing inappropriate things with his stepsister. What? He moved back home with his mom and younger sister. After his mom got evicted from the apartment, which she later admitted that she thought he would actually try to live on his own because of that, he went to a shelter and then moved in with his pregnant sister and her boyfriend's family for a while. After not paying his $50 rent, they collectively kicked him out, and he went to live with his mom in a shared home instead of going back to the shelter, meaning he shared one bedroom with his mom, and the other rooms were occupied with other tenants, where they shared the bathroom, living room, and kitchen areas. He slept on the floor. He then moved in with a woman and her son, whom he admitted he only used for shelter or to get back on his feet. He later got kicked out for not helping with the bills, chores, and constantly cheating. He then moved back in with his mom and sister at a different apartment and has been working on and off. Has been on and off working. Their mom later moved out and let them keep the apartment until they found another place to move. He brags about having his CDL to try to belittle his younger sister, who was only 2 credits shy of graduating high school, but just never went back for it, but is still doing well for herself and her 3 children, which he loves to throw in her face every time they argue. I overheard him calling her out of her name and telling her how uneducated she is, but he dropped out of college, which he claimed was someone else's fault. I finally stopped engaging with him after he tried to blame his parents for not having support when his younger sister is getting by with a lot less support and understanding. I started to ask him when she could have stayed at his home or when he could start paying the rent in full just so she could stay home, smoke, dirty the bathroom, kitchen, living room, and have you clean it and not complain at all. But then I thought to myself, he would never because he refuses to pull his own weight, but will blame everyone else for him being in the spot he's in currently. I was catching him in lies about where his money was going and how bad his spending habits were, because he would say he had thousands, but does not help in any form or fashion. I do not trust that this situation will end well, because I'm sure his sister will kick him out again. It also doesn't help that he's the typical red pill ooga booga and thinks that because he is a man, he is better than a woman. She says, God, so glad I found your channel because I dropped so many people who I didn't realize were pieces of poop. I knew Josh was a piece of poop, but I meant others. I told his sister to let him hold his own nuts, as you would say, LOL. I do love that people are using my sayings, and leave him in the dust because he would do the same to her because he does not respect her. He even talks bad about her to her children while he watches them while she's at work. I wanted to spit on him and tell him how disgusting he is and laugh in his face about how jealous he is of his sister. He will talk about her and how she cleans and her parenting, but he's not even adulting like boy bye. He said all these things she is not doing, but does not help and isn't even doing anything for himself. I ended up hating him and blocking him on every platform. You are supposed to protect your sister, especially as an older brother, and you ended up being her biggest hater. Shaking my head. It be your own people. Sorry I took so long. I was at work. Thanks for letting me share. You see how this homosexual was bouncing from house to house, his girlfriend here, a woman in college here, and he's cheating. He's cheating. He can't live on his own. He is literally a parasite hopping from home to home. This is the typical pest that wants to nest and rest, who has nothing going for them, but still has the audacity to cheat and not pull his own weight in other ways. This is the reason why we need to have these conversations and speak about these story times. I need women to stop allowing these parasites to attach to you, to suck up your time, energy, and resources while you go out to work. You go out to take care of yourself and be an adult. And then you have this parasite that attaches to you that is doing nothing for you except sucking your life force, that is burrowing into your couch, that is eating your soup, that is using up your Wi-Fi and your lights while you are at work. Ladies, these are cautionary tales. Many of these people will expire when they have to do things on their own. They will either expire or learn how to properly live on their own. Stop taking in strays. Close your door, lock it. Do not give your Wi Fi password to anybody. Do not feed the strays. Let them expire. Do not allow them to attach to you. It is not worth it. They are sucking your life force. All of the talk a couple of years ago about how many Black women were evicted and blah, blah, blah is probably because they allowed a pest to attach to them and suck up their time, energy, and resources that they had gone out and worked for while having to support these human-sized pests. Please stop doing this. Please think about yourself, especially in this economy, especially with the cost of living going so high. You cannot afford to allow a pest to attach to you. If you don't have kids, just continue to try to stack up some kind of savings and get yourself together and focus on your health and well-being and all of that. Do not allow somebody to attach to you, suck out your life force, and make you a shell of yourself. Whew. Oh, also, and don't be friends with people like this. These people don't deserve friends. These people deserve to be lonely. They deserve to be lonelier. They deserve the worst for how they treat people. They don't deserve good things. They deserve a terrible, terrible life until they become better people. All right, y'all. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. We all love a good Find Out Season story here. This post from one of the Passport Bros subreddit was sent to me. Now, he titled it Cautionary Tale, Scoped in Quito, Ecuador. But for us, it's a Find Out Season story that has a happy ending, in our opinion. Obviously, the PP Bros don't feel the same. She got him. Posting this as a warning to everyone, regardless of how much experience you have as a PP bro. You can follow all the rules, but one slip up can cost you dearly. A buddy of mine who's been all over Latin America for nearly 2 years, including Medellin, got hit with scopamine in Quito. He met a girl on Tinder and they went to a nice restaurant. He was extra cautious, watched his drink the entire time, even took it with him to the bathroom. After dinner, instead of bringing her back to his place, he got a hotel, thought he was playing it safe. Now, if these PP bros were really about getting a traditional woman, why is he taking a woman back to a hotel on the first night? Why is he out here being a harlot like this? If he wasn't out here being a loose and lascivious harlot, maybe he wouldn't have got. But let's continue. In the room, she gave him a shoulder massage, and that's the last thing he remembers. He thinks she likely rubbed the scopamine directly into his skin, or perhaps he made a mistake with his drink. Woke up hours later, phone gone, debit card and credit cards missing. They somehow got into his phone using Face ID while he was out and completely drained his checking account. On top of that, they maxed out every credit card, roughly $25,000 total, associated with his Apple ID. They also disabled Find My iPhone and locked him out of his own accounts. The hotel and cops were no help. He's working with the restaurant to get CCTV footage, but this was likely an organized group. This stuff isn't just happening in Colombia. Keto is just as bad. Never ever let your guard down, especially if the girl is pushing to hook up fast. He's still feeling the effects of the scopamine and might be forced to take a leave of absence from work. A doctor told him it could take up to 2 months to feel normal again. I'm attaching photos from the Tinder profile. If anyone could help track this girl down, I'd appreciate any information you can share. At the very least, let this be a cautionary tale. Why are they taking this is a cautionary tale because these people think too much with their peens and not with their brains. They think too much with their peens and not with their brains, and that shuts off brain activity. And that's the reason why, these PP bros have been going viral on social media or been talked about on social media for a few years now. These people know that they are ripe for the picking. These people know that they are marks that are easy to take off because they are easy to control, because all you have to do is be a cute woman, work with this organized ring, and get them for all they got. Yet they still keep on using these talking points like, we're going to go over there. We don't care. Go over there. Go get got. We don't care. Please go often. Stay over there. So this can happen. And then you come back and you just got to go back to work and be angry. The first comment. Every time I think of making Latin America a target country to find women not to sleep around with, but to find and develop a relationship, I see a story like this. And Southeast Asia becomes an even more attractive destination. Shame that so many people there are so lacking in basic honor that this is a thing the region is becoming known for, like beautiful roses with toxic thorns. The thing is, these passport bros are going there just to sleep with women. They're going there to flash their money and basically take these women for a meal and think they get to get some. That's what they think. They're not, the men that are going there are not honorable people. And so when they when they were out there targeting women, who's supposed to feel sorry for these people? They're getting what they get because they deserve it, because they're not honorable people. But the OP says, yeah, it's truly a shame. My buddy has had mostly positive dating experiences over the last few years, but I'm afraid this has tainted his outlook on Latin America. I think if you follow the rules and don't go for one night stands, you'll be okay, but you can't let your guard down. Yes, why was he being a harlot? Why was he being loose and lascivious? Why was he giving away his goodies after just a dinner? That's his fault. He's talking about he had positive dating experiences. Was he actually dating people, or was he just sleeping with them the first night? I recommend learning the language and sticking to the rules. After this incident, I think I will keep my nice phone in the Airbnb and travel with the beater that's not connected to Apple Pay, bank accounts, etc. I never truly understood the risk until now. It's risky because you're doing loose and lascivious things. You're doing unhonorable things. That's the reason why people like you and your friend will get got and why it'll continue, because women know that you are a mark for the taking. Many people think that, these men think that they can go and they are attractive because they have a $50,000 salary here in America, and they go over there and they're walking around like they're some king because they got $50,000 in a wage here that translates into higher amounts over there. No one cares. They just gonna take you for your little money. All right, so then embarrassing stuff account responds with, when people say stuff like, don't walk around at night, don't have your phone out, beware of girls who will drug you and rob you for everything. Don't wear this, that, and the other. It makes the country seem quite unattractive. Now, women have been victim blamed for getting assaulted all the time. What was she wearing? What was she drinking? Why was she out at that party at night? Why was she walking around? Why was she breathing in the midst of these men? Women get victim blamed all the time. So now, yes, maybe these men need to take some of that into account. Why were you out there? Why were you out there giving away your goodies the first night? Why were you? Women need to do this to these people. He says, sometimes I like walking around at night wearing nice stuff, etc. I can't use my iPhone in public without someone trying to steal it. Then people there got problems. Yeah, these countries are cheap, but it sounds like they're cheap for a reason. What you're not paying for financially, you're instead paying for it with having to worry about your safety. Southeast Asian countries just moved up farther up the list, LOL. And for the ladies in Southeast Asia, and for the women that are here that might have a connection to the women in Southeast Asia, please continue to warn them about these PP bros wanting to go and hunt and target women there, please, so that they can get their organization, their rings together as well, so they can help get these people got and take them for what they're worth. Hoopty Schloopty says hotel should have security and forced all guests to register. That was his mistake. No Airbnb trash overseas. OP says, yeah, it happened at a hotel, but may have been a sketch one. Your friend was sketch, dude. Your friend was sketch. And if your friend was out there really looking for a traditional woman and courting her properly and not trying to take her home the first night, this probably wouldn't have happened. The woman who sent me this says the first comment mentions that when the person thinks about making Latin America a target country, that sent alarms off in my head. They want to target the women in these countries. They don't want to be the target. Exactly. But then they get got before they can get the women. And I love this for them. I love this for them. I love a good find out season story. I just got this and I literally made this into a video just now. It jumped up to the front of the room, the front of the class, because we love to see these types of stories. We love it. Let me know what you think about this one. Like, comment, and share. Ladies, y'all need to see this post and laugh with me. I was scrolling threads, minding my own business, and came across this post from Hero Shot saying, women, real quick, what are your thoughts on the societal expectations placed on men to juggle both a career and home life, and how should their efforts be recognized? I got a laugh deep in my throat, deep in my stomach, all the way down to the depths of my stomach as I read this. And I said, this is hilarious. Men who are billed as the logical leaders needing a cookie for being an adult. This is amazing. Women juggle the home and careers and many times caretaking for other family members. At no point in time are we waiting on a damn cookie. This is egregious and hysterical. And I'm about to share this madness with my homies so we can laugh at you. This man did go on to respond to me and say that this question wasn't about him. And he said, you played yourself. He used a DJ Khaled picture or something. But even just the simple fact of asking this question as if men are expected to juggle home life. In what world? Is he living in a parallel universe? I thought that this was amazing and we all needed to see this and laugh because, there's enough bad news out there. So we need something to laugh about. Here's the full picture of me laughing. Yes, this is precisely what I look like. Clarabelle says, once a male gets married, it just makes sense for him to quit his little career to serve the home. As someone who has a son, I do believe males can do anything women can do. Males can absolutely have it all, just not all at once. Husbands can easily return to work 18 to 20 years later when the children are grown. So just putting that out there. Males can do it. Just quit your jobs. Focus on the house. Just focus on the house and the kids, and then go back to work after 2 decades. Freak Like Me says, I love it when they're so clueless that they actually like your comments. And LB says, screaming. I immediately followed Clarabelle. Blonde Cutie says, funny how 80% of mothers work and still do 70 to 80% of the chores. Maybe ask the women in your life for advice if you're struggling just to do 50% of what they do. Confetti Meadowlark says, I don't think the standards for men are high enough, nor do I think they currently reflect what men are capable of. As for recognition, I think it happens organically when someone cultivates and maintains a healthy support system. Recognition of effort is part of that. Do we get recognition? I don't get any. I don't get any recognition. I don't get any recognition. Okay. Tongue tied, twisted misfit says it's called adulting. Men and women do it. If you don't want the responsibility, don't live with others and just let your house go to hell. It's your responsibility as an adult, man or woman, to maintain your relationship, your job. If you work, your house, your kids, if you have them? Why are you expecting recognition for being a responsible adult? We thank each other for the extra effort we have, and we have each other's back. That's it. Carrie Marshmallow says, how should their efforts be recognized? They get a paycheck and a clean, organized home, clean clothes, and food in the fridge. That's how your effort is recognized. Maybe they maybe they need some stickers, like some gold stars or something that says, you did it. The Neeb Nab says women are expected to do it by default nowadays. If it's an expectation for the goose, it's expected for the gander. Gino said we must set the bar lower for men. They aren't able to multitask like women. They can't work and take care of a home like a woman can. The only responsibility they should have is working, for F's sake. I'm totally sure that that woman is being sarcastic, because setting it lower would mean that it is below Satan's balls. It's already in hell, but it would have to go like below his balls as well. Paris the Lock Artist says, well, that's what we do since men think they're superior to us. We were just expecting them to do at least as much as we do. I like this person. I can't see much effort being made. That being said, I guess if men are juggling a career and taking up half the home life as the woman does the same, then they can have as much recognition as the woman gets. How much recognition are women getting? Pretty much zero, so they'll get pretty much zero. Books and Cats Oh My says, you mean being an adult? Sorry, gold stars are a kid's thing. Just be an effing adult, I guess. You know what? I think we should start giving out stickers, though. Let's start giving them gold stars. Let's be extra about it. Like, yay, you clean the floor. Yay, you are a good boy. Yeah, who's the good boy? Here's your sticker. All right. Bayoni says, laughing my butt off. Women do this with no reward. Y'all be all right without one either. Big boy boots on. You got this. But like I said, I think we should start giving them some stickers. Like, you got this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Who's the good boy? Who's the good boy? You made a sandwich for yourself. Good boy. Pat, pat. Y'all let me know what you think about this one. It got me good. I definitely laughed. Hope you laughed too. Please watch this exchange between this man and this representative that answers his question right after. Yes, please sit through his question, because how she responds is amazing. All right, y'all, let me know what you think on the back end.
We are here today partly because you didn't make choices in the prior administration where people who didn't go to college were being asked to pay off the loans of those that did go to college. What was your voice?
Everyone.
You talked about Constitution, you talked about illegality and things of that sort. And to my understanding, the forgiveness of student loans was not legal. So were you making choices about that? And again, I'm talking to you as a taxpayer.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm up to here on taxes for the federal government. I'm up to here on the federal government taxes and on the state taxes. And I'm simply asking you as a congressperson, what are you doing to reduce the cost of government? Thank you again.
I wasn't a homeowner when the federal government failed out the mortgage industry. I didn't own any stocks when the federal government failed out the banking industry. I didn't own a car when the federal government bailed out the auto industry. And the fact that our hard line is a 19-year-old who wants to go to college and turn around poverty in their family and change the trajectory for their children, we have a problem there. The federal government took on the responsibility of managing and overseeing the student loan program to make a profit.
That's right.
That's what they did. So you had people who, long before Obama, but even if it was, okay, I'll give that to you, even if it was Obama, we have a responsibility. It's a relay. We go from one administration to the other. This idea that, oh, this was Obama's fault, because what was spent in the student loan forgiveness program doesn't even come close to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, where 93% of the benefits went to the top 1% of the population.